Okay, good afternoon. It's Monday, April 15th, tax day. Okay, so it's a 3 p.m. agenda, just one resolution, joint committees on labor and technology and government ops for, again, one concurrent resolution. Okay, but before we do that, this meeting is being streamed live on YouTube. In the unlikely event that we have to abruptly end this hearing due to technical difficulties, the committees will reconvene to discuss any outstanding business at 10:21 a.m. on Tuesday, April 16 in room 225. And a public notice will be posted on the legislature's website. And we do have 2 minutes and 2 minutes only for testifiers. Okay. Okay, so HCR 29, urging the United States Congress to support continued funding of the Affordable Connectivity Program. Okay, up first, we have the Lieutenant Governor of the state of Hawaii. Okay, LG supports this resolution. Okay, up next, we have Verizon. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, up next, we have Hawaiian Telecom. Janine Suki. Okay, also in support, Rebecca Lieberman, Charter Communications. Okay, in support, Ellen Awai. Okay, also in support, Daniel C. Smith, Hawaii Broadband Hui. In support, and that's all the written testimony received. Any others wishing to testify? Okay, Angela Young. You have 2 minutes.
Aloha, Angela Melody Young, testifying on behalf of CARES. In strong support, so for people across the country, reliable internet access allows them to engage with the world. And when you think about it, right, how many times do you go online in a week and what are we able to accomplish without it? Okay. Historically, from the ACLU, marginalized communities, including Blacks, Latinos, Indigenous, rural, and low-income, racially diverse consumers are all at a disadvantage to getting access to the internet. One of the reasons for this disparity is subscription cost. Sorry, I didn't pronounce that well. Subscription cost. So the United States broadband prices are amongst the most expensive in the world, with the average United States household paying $84.37 a month compared to $46.83 in Europe and $64.29 in Asian countries. And for many households, the high price listed here of an internet subscription may mean that when times get tough, families have to choose broadband or food. So Congress created the Affordable Connectivity Program in 2021 with the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, and appropriated $14.2 billion to keep the program funded for 5 years. However, yet the funds are exhausted, and if Congress does not reappropriate funds, this will have devastating impact on persons' ability to access the resources they need to thrive. So from the Federal Communications Commission, under the Affordable Connectivity Program, eligible households on tribal lands can receive a discount for broadband services. And so we need the federal funding to operate the program. This resolution proposes with a good reasoning to request additional funding.
Okay, Angela, your time is up.
So we need to adopt this proposal.
Yeah, any others wishing to testify? ECR 29. Seeing none, members, questions? I think we're ready for decision making. All right, Chair.
Okay.
Okay, voting on HCR 29, urging the United States Congress to support continued funding of the Affordable Connectivity Program. Members, the recommendation is to move this as is. Okay, questions or concerns, Labor and Technology Committee? Seeing none, Vice Chair for the vote, please.
HCR 29, passed on amended. Chair votes aye, Vice Chair votes aye, Senator Hart, Senator Lee.
Aye.
Senator Della.
Do we got a sheet? Are we good? All right. Government operations, same recommendation as is. I vote yes.
Chair votes aye, Vice Chair votes aye. Senator San Buenaventura,
Aye.
Senator Wakai,
Yes.
Senator Owa. Excused, measure passes.
Okay, thank you very much. We're adjourned. Thank you. This is helpful.
Aloha, everybody. Welcome to the Committee on Government Operations. We are convened in conference room 225. The meeting is being streamed live on YouTube. A likely event we have to abruptly end this hearing due to technical difficulties. That's it. Please check the legislative website for any updates. And in order to facilitate this hearing in a timely manner, we'll be enforcing a 2-minute time limit on testimony. Okay, with that, we have the first up is requesting Department of County and General Services to construct a Hawaii First Responders Memorial. First up, UPW. In support, Edward Fujioka on Zoom.
They're not present on Zoom, Chair.
Okay, they too have retired EMS district chief and written in support. That's all we have on HCR 97 HD2. Anybody in the audience wishing to testify? Seeing none, members can't really ask any questions, so we'll move on to the next one. HCR 138 HD1. We're going to go ahead and this resolution here asks for the Legislative Reference Bureau to study year-round legislative modules of California, New York, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin to clarify the similarities and differences in operations with respect to legislative schedules, operational costs, legislative and staff salaries, and policies regarding outside employment. We did not receive any testimony in this measure, so we can't really ask anybody questions. So with that, I'm prepared to move into decision-making if it's good with the committee.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. First one here, we're just going to go HCR 97. The recommendation is to move as is, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Yes, as is. Chair, I vote yes.
Chair votes aye, Vice Chair votes aye. Senator San Buenaventura,
Aye.
Senator Wakai,
Yes.
Senator Owa. Excused, measure passes.
Okay, thank you very much. HCR 138, we did not receive any testimony on it. So that being the case, we'd like to see if the House will entertain our proposal insofar as studying a year-round legislature or perhaps extending the days. So we're going to put the Senate resolution language from that resolution into this one and move it out as a Senate draft 1. Questions, comments? If not, Vice Chair SD1, I vote yes.
Of the members present, are there any no votes or reservations? Hearing none, the measure passes.
Okay, thank you very much. We will go into our decision-making. Or let's see, HCR 77 and HCR 143. First one on HCR 77, recommendation members is to go as is. Questions, comments? If not, Vice Chair, HCR 77, I vote yes.
Present, are there any no votes or reservations? Hearing none, the measure passes.
Okay, thank you so much. Next one, HCR 143. Recommendation is as is again. Questions, comments? If not, Vice Chair, HCR 143, I vote yes.
Any no votes or reservations? Hearing none, the measure passes.
Okay, this concludes this hearing. Aloha, everybody. Welcome to joint hearing between the Committee on Government Operations and Committee on Judiciary. Just housekeeping notes. We're here in conference room 225. We're being streamed live on YouTube. If we get interrupted, then that's kind of it. We have a 2-minute time limit on our testimony today. Okay, first up, HCR 171, requesting state and county agencies to notify animal welfare organizations of deceased cats and dogs that are picked up along state and county roadways. First up, we have Animal Rights Hawaii. Written in support, we have Stephanie Kendrick Hawaiian Humane Society.
Chair McKelvey, Chair Rhodes, Vice Chair Gabbard, and committee members. Hi, Steph Kendrick from the Hawaiian Humane Society. We're in strong support of this measure. It's something that we think is important to provide closure to pet owners whose animals do escape their homes and are killed on our roadways. And as animal welfare advocates, we've been pushing the state and county agencies who pick up deceased animals to do this for some time with pretty low success rates. So we think that if the legislature lends your weight to this as being an important issue, we might be able to make some progress there. And we'd certainly be willing to assist with things like buying microchip scanners and that sort of thing. So I think this would be a real win for the community, and I ask you to pass it. Thank you.
So much. We have Jay Ashman, individual, written in support. That's all the testimony we received. Anybody else wishing to testify? Seeing that, okay.
Aloha, Angela Melody Young testifying on behalf of Roar Rescue of Animal Rights. So this resolution is to address dead puppies and cats from public roadways. And the request is to check for the microchip so that it can be returned to its owner. And so again, with the processes within animal welfare and animal cruelty laws that we've all heard this year, I think that the most effective and efficient solution is not going to be the state taking the lead on things, but to let the cat community and animal welfare groups to lead the charge, okay? Because a lot of these discussions we're hearing is just back and forth about negative impacts of kittens, and there's confusion with instruction, such as this resolution. It doesn't even mention the appropriate office that does the handling of dead cats and dogs and puppies. And I have evidence on my phone. I have a lot of pictures of dead cats and puppies that I had to call the office to get it handled. Okay. So, and so I'm just trying to advocate, like I did with the other animal policies that have gone through the legislature this season, that this needs to be resolved with the appropriate nonprofits, the cat cafes, the clinics, the doctors, the people who are working with the animals to lead the charge on getting the resources to the state instead of the state trying to figure it out. Okay,
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Anybody else? Seeing none, questions, members of the testifiers? Seeing none, I'm prepared to go into a decision making if you are. Yeah, this actually happened to me and my cat, God rest his soul. So this is a great reso, as is. Cool.
Your recommendation said text.
Oh, we got tech amendments. That's right. I'm sorry about that. Okay, we'll do an SD1 for the tech amendments. Sorry about that. I just saw the note. Any questions or comments? If not, Vice Chair recommendation is a Senate Draft 1. I vote yes.
Of the members present in GVO, are there any reservations or no's? Hearing none, the measure passes.
Same recommendation for GDC members. Any questions or concerns? Not, Mr. Vice Chair for both committees today, Senator Gabbard.
Okay. Chair Rhodes votes aye. I vote aye. Senator Elefante?
Aye.
Senator San Buenaventura?
Aye.
Senator Awa? Excused, measure passes.
Okay, thank you, guys. Here. Welcome back, everybody. We are on the final hearing of the day between the Committee on Government Operations and Housing. We're in room 225. This meeting is being streamed live on YouTube and the event of technical difficulties, that's kind of it. We have a 2-minute testimony time limit on the agenda items. First up, HCR 118, House Draft 1, asking counties to amend or adopt ordinances to be consistent with the HHFDC regarding residential income requirements on housing projects. First up, we have Hawaii Housing Finance Development Corporation. They have submitted written in support with recommended amendments. That's all we have on 118 HD1. Anybody on Zoom? Okay, anybody in the audience wishing to testify, please do. Oh, we have a 2-minute time limit, just,
Great.
okay.
Aloha, Angela Melody Young, testifying on behalf of CARES. Wishing to comment. So the resolution says, okay, there is inconsistent housing regulations between the state and the counties that contribute to states' high home prices. So they're attributing the high home prices to the inconsistent housing regulations. I wish to refute that in a later statement. So I'm gonna just try to highlight some things within the resolution that I will refute. So existing law authorizes the legislative bodies of each county to approve, modify, or disapprove certain affordable housing projects subject to residential income requirements established by each county. So this is about the county processes with the zoning hearings, right? When there are projects, they have to go to the city council, right? So it gets heard and then it has to get approved by DPP. So the answer then, right, this resolution is presenting is that the HHFDC should amend its rules regarding residential income requirements. And I don't think that the focus should be on HHFDC's income requirements. The focus should be to develop with HHFDC an assessment of the economic situation of Hawaii's citizens. Okay, so Hawaii is experiencing a dire housing shortage. Without an overall strategic housing plan focused on the needs of Hawaii's citizens, the state and counties can potentially develop housing units that are not compatible to the needs of Hawaii's citizens, thus resulting in a disadvantage for locals while benefiting the rich and the wealthy foreigners. So decades of racial discrimination in real estate lending practices and federal housing policy had made home ownership difficult to obtain for minorities. Racial disparities in income are a result of historical and current discrimination, differences in education, wages, and employment rates, among other factors.
Okay, we reached the 2-minute time. So what that
So
is-
I think the focus should be on the racial disparities, diverse demographics of the citizens,
Okay.
instead of just trying to build.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate you pointing that out for us. So that does go beyond the scope of the reso, but appreciate your thoughts. That's it for testifiers. I mean, questions, anybody? If not, we'll move on to HCR 122. This is asking the counties to amend or adopt ordinances to allow religious institutions, educational institutions, or medical institutions to develop residential units on parcels that meet certain conditions. First up, we have again, Hawaii Housing Finance and Development Corporation, written in support. We have late from Ted Kapalas for Grassroots Institute of Hawaii, written in support. That's all we have on the resolutions in front of us. Seeing there's nobody here to testify on them, you want to go into decision-making on your end? Or no quorum? Okay. We're gonna go ahead then and take a brief recess, and we're just gonna vote on the government operations side, and then we'll Friends in Housing take it from there. Recess. Okay. Welcome back to the Committee on Government Operations and our good friends from Housing. Committee on Government Operations, we're going to make a recommendation now since we have quorum. So first up, we had HCR 118, House Draft 1. Our recommendation is to move this with the HHFDC amendments and note those amendments or summarize them in the committee report as well. Members, questions, comments? If not, Vice Chair, Senate Draft 1, I vote yes.
on HCR 118 to pass with amendments, and chair votes aye, vice chair votes aye. Senator San Bonaventura. Senator Wakai.
Yes.
Senator Owa is excused. Measure passes.
Okay, thank you, everybody. HCR 122, recommendation is to go as is, but in the committee report, we're going to note that this type of thing could be very useful for like the West Maui Hospital insofar as getting housing along with DHL beneficiary housing nearby. Members, questions, comments? If not, Vice Chair, HCR 122 as is, I vote yes.
Of the members present, are there any no votes or reservations? Hearing none, the measure passes.
Okay, thank you very much, Committee on Government Operations. He says so. All right. All right.
Committee on Housing, here we go. So same recommendation, HCR 118 HD1. Again, just as a reminder, this would same recommendation as GVO is passed with amendments. Chair votes aye. Oh, take it over for me.
Chair Chang is excused. Vice Chair, aye. Senator Aquino.
Aye.
I vote aye. Senator Wall is excused. Chair recommendation is adopted.
All right, and HCR 122 recommendation is same as GVO, passed unamended.
Chair votes aye. Chair Chang is excused. Senator Aquino.
Aye.
I vote aye. Senator Wall is excused. Recommendation is adopted.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.